What up, everyone? Had to go on a little hiatus there. Um, haven't posted in a few days just because um, haven't been able to. I usually work in the morning, so I can't film every single morning. I guess I know that's what I wanted to do, but I don't know if it's gonna work out that way. But regardless, the project Shredded has still been going on. I am on day 21 today. 3 weeks in, I feel good. The calories have been good, and we've been keeping up with it. So, just because you don't see it here on a video does not mean the grind has stopped. It is actually the exact opposite. Nor does it mean that the pumps have gotten any less diabolical. I did take 2 rest days because I'm not a bodybuilder and I don't need to spam volume like crazy. If anything, that'd be the opposite of what I need to do. But I took 2 rest days. I got back in the gym on Friday, Saturday. Wasn't able to film, and yeah, got some good workouts in. So very good lifts. I hit back, legs. So on the menu for today is going to be chest, which I don't think I filmed a chest workout yet. I'm doing this at kind of the smaller gym that's by my house here, and I I like doing chest here. I like they have like a vertical kind of cable chest press, one of the pin loaded ones. I like it. I feel like I can get a really deep stretch on that one, and my chest is usually pretty freaking pumped after I finish using one of those. So I probably gonna start with that guy. And then move over to some cables. I like doing a lot of cable work for chest. Sometimes I'll do vertical press, like a pec deck, and then an incline press. I was big on incline press for really up until a few months ago, just because I wanted to switch up the angle at which I'm pressing at, because I don't want to overload, my shoulders or whatever in one specific angle. So I was kind of switching back to more of a vertical press, and I feel like it's done me pretty good. I still supplement some of the incline presses there, but yeah, that's kind of what we're going to start with. Of course, we're going to throw some triceps into there. Now, I usually don't do any shoulder pressing or anything like that uh, on my chest days because I've been doing the arm day and I'd rather just do it then, because I'm not going to be able to give 100% effort on a shoulder press after I've already kind of decimated my chest, and your shoulders are getting indirectly hit there anyway. So I'd rather just hold off on that. I probably will spam the lateral raises anytime I do any push or arm day. I am always just spamming the lateral raises. I feel like you can't do enough of those. Um, and then triceps as well. Uh, Usually like to try to do, I don't know, like 6 to 7 sets of triceps at the end of a good chest pump. So we'll see what's on the menu in that regard. But it's currently a little bit of a later start today, 7:05 a.m. And yeah, we're just gonna get after it. I just need to stop by the gas station, fuel up my body with an energy drink, of course, and we're gonna just freaking get after it. So, without further ado, let's get it. All warmed up. First set of the day. It's Nautilus vertical chest press. So, first set. Um, I just want to go as heavy as I can for however many reps. I'm guessing it's going to be on the lower end. But just start very heavy chest press to start. So let's freaking get after it. All right. Whew. Okay, good start. All right, second set. Lowered the weight here to recover the repage. Let's see it. Okay, good stretch. Okay. Gonna keep the weight here. Reps are for sure gonna drop, but I'm gonna keep the weight here, push as heavy as I can for as long as I can, and next set will be the last. And I'll drop the weight from there. Just kind of rep it out. So for this one, just trying to get as many as I can. Okay. 3 pounds here. It's a pretty big drop off, but just want to spam the reps here to finish off this cable press. Let's freaking stand. All right. Oh my god, the burn. Okay. Probably a lot of partials at the end there, but I was just trying to push through. Alright, let's move on to pec deck. Going for deep stretch. Second set. Same weight. Oh my god. Alright, third set. Drop the weight here. I'm gonna try to sneak some partials in at the end, really just going for a burnout on this one. I'm gonna switch to a not light but lighter incline dumbbell press. So let's see what we can do with this one. First set, low incline. Alright, gonna go for a assisted dip for a real deep stretch to finish off chest. Gonna introduce triceps lightly with this one, and then gonna head on and spam the freaking triceps with some push downs and stuff. So let's get after it. Should be fine. It's a good one. Just a deep stretch. I have to flip my head around for the next set. Whew. Last set. Good set. Sub some skull crushers in, but it's okay. Haven't done these in a long time. Nice overhead and a deep stretch, so that's what the goal is here. I can't. Oh, good first set. Next set here. The first one felt good. Nice deep stretch. If anything, I'm kind of glad I started with these. Three. Six. Seven. Eight. Okay. Better stop before I actually just crush my skull. Oh my god. Yeah. Alright. Last freaking exercise. I'm pretty sure I might just skip the shoulders because my arms are kind of killing me right now. But whatever this attachment is, V-bar, me and all my homies love this one. Okay, let's see it. Oh. Oh. Ah. 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 Okay. Oh, I gotta flip my head around. Kind of catching myself up with that one. Recruited the backwards hat here, so hopefully I'm not running into anything. Keeping the weight the same, about 110. Let's see what we can do. Okay. Alright, you guys guessed it. Last set. I'm actually gonna drop this about 20 pounds. Man, this pump has got me pumped. I'm going through it, guys. F in the chat, please. Whew. All right, I think that'll do it. All right, guys, that was the chest and triceps. Pretty much ignored shoulders, but that's okay because I'm gonna do a arm shoulder day tomorrow anyways. But man, I feel like the workout just took a little bit longer because there's some more people today and I had to kind of wait to be able to use some equipment and film and stuff, but it's all good. Oh my god, come on, I'll move here. There we go. But yeah, my chest was pumped to obliteration. I mean, I would still say it's decently pumped, but you know, when you end off with triceps or something, you know, probably gonna take some of the glory immediately after. So no pose down because I don't know how to pose, but I think eventually I will, especially once I get to a certain level of leanitude here. This camera's kind of all over the place today. Don't know why the tripod's bouncing around like this. I don't know what's going on with the tripod, so I might just need to. I'll edit this and just slap it together, I guess. If you see the camera bounce in one direction, just know I might there might be a new tripod in my future. But yeah, workout was good. Tomorrow's gonna be arms and shoulders. Um, the the cut's been going pretty good so far. I feel like I've been able to hit calories and macros still pretty consistently. I mean, it's only been 3 weeks, so it's like I hope I'm not really slipping up on that department too much quite yet. But I feel like things have been going pretty good in that regard. Gonna stay on it, man. Day 21 today of Project Shredded. I feel amazing. When I was doing skull crushers there, I noticed I had a little tricep veinage or tricep forearm veinage kind of going on there. So that's always fun to see, especially when you start getting more lean. I'm about like 15.5% body fat right now from the last scan I did, and I'm trying to get to 10 by the end of the year. So 5%, I would say it's totally doable. Now, if I go over that, I wouldn't mind, but you know, those are some very low numbers. Like if I could get to 9%, obviously, who wouldn't want to be 9% lean, you know? But I'm just going to slowly work towards that. I do not want to lose muscle. You know, any of you guys that know me would know that. Sorry, guys, that I started off very skinny, very very skinny. So I don't want to lose any of the muscle that I've put on up to this point. Um, so yeah, I was looking back on the other videos, and I'm kind of surprised I got like 30 views. You know, and maybe even mentioning that right now, some of you guys are gonna be like, "What the heck, 30 views, bro? Really?" But you know, I imagine 30 people in like a classroom or something, and I think that's a lot of people. So again, I'm not doing this for the views, but I think that's pretty cool to see. It's like 30 something people on one, 50 something on the other. Like that's pretty cool, considering you know I've only posted 3 videos. So I'm gonna continue to try to be as consistent as I possibly can with these. And man, if more people watch, that'd be awesome. You know, I'm just doing this for, you know, as a self documentary, and so people can see like, hey man, I'm the most regular, you know, a guy can get. So if I can get lean, if I can, you know, get decently big, whatever, I'm natural. I'm not gonna be blasting anything. Um, you know, like if I can do it, literally anyone can do it. And I just want to document kind of that hard work. So if people want to see that, that's awesome, you know. But the whole point is, well, you know, mostly like I said, I want to look back and you know see what worked, what didn't work, stuff like that for you know my fitness journey, I guess you can say personally. But you know, there's probably people out there too that I don't know are wanting to see if they're able to pull something like this off too, which is, you know, just getting in shape, either getting bigger, getting, you know, leaner, whatever the case may be. So, um, if I can do it, you guys or anyone out there can certainly do it as well. And just comes to hard work. You know, if it doesn't take so much to say no, you know, and like if you're at a family event or a social gathering, whatever, and there's food, you know, you shouldn't be eating, you know, I think it's I don't think it's a bad thing. I think that's where a lot of people kind of fall into the temptation of wanting to eat or don't wanting to be rude to reject food and stuff. But for me, it's like, man, like, I don't care if I come across as rude. I'm not going to be a jerk about it. I usually just say, no, thank you. I already ate or something like that. But, like, you don't have to be a jerk about it, but just stay on your goals. If anything, you're being more rude to yourself by not sticking to your goals. And a lot of people will tell you it's not a normal thing, and they're completely right. Being super disciplined and achieving your goals, that is a very uncommon thing. That's a very weird thing nowadays, where if someone sees you really grinding or whatever, a lot of people are kind of almost threatened by it, I feel like, but because they don't have the drive to do it themselves. But also, man, there's gonna be so many times where you have to tell yourself no, or you have to tell someone else no, and that's just part of the process. And I feel like every time you do it, it gets easier and easier to do it the following time. And don't expect people to ever understand, especially when it comes to the gym stuff. I feel like most people will never understand. I obviously Hispanic, so coming from Hispanic culture, it's like people don't eat healthy. People don't care about health. People don't work out, and I think that's personally, I just think that's a huge problem within the culture. Eat the absolute crappiest food all the time, and then wonder why we're on statins and all this other horrible stuff and cholesterol, whatever, diabetes and whatever. It's like, man, who cares? you know who cares about the culture in that way? Just change yourself for yourself, and be an example for your kids or whoever else that may be. It's like, man, who cares about what the people around you are doing? If they want to do that, again, it's like, I understand the culture aspect of it, and that's why I don't really care if people understand, because I don't fully understand the obsession to be a part of that culture and not want to be healthy or not want to make changes. I don't understand that, so I don't expect them to understand me. So it's like, if you're ever at a family event, gathering, whatever, and someone's giving you a hard time because you don't want to break your calories, or, oh, you gotta learn to live a little bit. I feel like the whole point is we become super disciplined so that we can live and really enjoy ourselves. Let's say if we go on a vacation or something for that time period. But enjoying yourself isn't every weekend. Enjoying yourself isn't every single day, because then you're not enjoying yourself. That's just your life, right? What about you is enjoying yourself in that moment when this is your normal, right? I feel like enjoyment in that regard, whether it be food or whatever, is something that shouldn't be an everyday occurrence, right? Because if not, that's just normal life. And not that you can't enjoy normal life, but I think you guys know what I'm saying. You have to be able to say no more often than you're saying yes. And it's really just that simple. Just stick to your guns. And if you feel like you're gonna go somewhere, and you subconsciously, I'm probably gonna cheat on my diet, or I'm probably gonna do this, then don't go. Or like, find, I don't know, maybe that can be extreme to some people. I don't really mind telling anyone no, because I know that by the end of the year, when I'm as lean as I want to be, uh, everyone's gonna be like, what the heck, like, what were you doing? Or what, like, we don't have genetics like you or whatever. People will come up with excuses. And I'm not saying I'm going to be this huge bodybuilder, amazing physique looking guy. I'm not saying that at all. But even something as simple as, getting in really good shape, I think people are going to immediately start questioning you, and they're going to forget all the times that you had to say no to yourself or to them or whatever it is that you're doing. So again, the biggest reward, I feel like, and this is in my life personally, is always the one that you're working towards. You know, uh, it's like old Tom Brady quote, absolute GOAT, by the way. But I remember when they interviewed him once, and they asked Tom, which out of your Super Bowls is your favorite? And he said, the next one. And I feel like that kind of stays stuck in my brain pretty much since I heard it. It's like, what is going to be the best reward, or what's going to be the best satisfaction or whatever? And it's the next thing I accomplish. It's not what I have right now, but the next one. And it's not that you can't stop to smell your roses or any of that, but it's, I think, the kind of way your brain becomes wired to be constantly working ahead. Because if you think that you've reached your max potential, then you're cutting yourself short. I think that's a lifelong process, and I think obviously Tom Brady, the GOAT, understood that, and I think that's kind of what he was relaying to us. It's like, yeah, I have all this stuff, but there's more, and then once you get to the point where you realize, like, oh man, I've done everything I can, and I've gotten this, you look back and you really, I think, can appreciate everything more. So don't worry about what anyone else is saying or thinking or whatever. Just do what you got to do and stick to your goals. So we're gonna end off with that one tomorrow, arms and shoulders, and we're gonna hit a barbaric lift at that. So I'll film that one tomorrow, Labor Day lift, and we'll get it from there.